first winter project of the year. We're designing my home office, framing it, next on HomePro Hero. I know some of you guys are gonna kill me because I'm getting ready to get rid of all this. It's all going to the garage for now. Eventually it's gonna work its way to the new pool barn, maybe next year or the following year. Bottom line is I can't have two places for tools and it's driving me crazy. So as I'm clearing this, I'll tell you what we're gonna do at the home office and what my plans are. Should only take me a few minutes. Stick around to the end. I'll tell you what I spent on framing, electrical, and insulation. And then I'll also tell you what's next. Google says home offices can actually increase your house value 5 to 10%. Do the math on that. I'm looking forward to this project. I have 5 finishes going in this small space. Shiplap ceilings, brick, wainscoting, charred wood accent walls, and then of course luxury vinyl plank as the flooring, which will match the flooring in my basement. So a storage room to a home office is a great move for anyone, and it's a no-brainer. It's about 9 by 7, which is about 70 square feet. I looked on Google and they said the average home office is roughly, a small one is anywhere between 30 to 50 square feet, a medium one's from 50 to 100, and a large one is 100 to 150. So I'm right in between the medium home office, which is plenty big enough for what we're gonna use it for. Okay, as you can see, I got lucky. Maybe I was lazy, maybe I just didn't think about it, but I did not fasten that to the wall, which is a good thing. I thought maybe I tap conduit or put some type of anchors in the wall, and I did not. Bad news is I got to saw it. That's like a 16-foot 2x4 across the back and the top, so I think I can saw it, lose the middle part, still use the 2 ends. Should be fine. We'll get knocked out real quick. This will be a nice little home office for not only myself, but my daughter and my wife. And maybe if my son would ever study. It's not huge, doesn't have to be huge, it's a home office for normally one person. Should be comfortable with 2. I don't work out of my home, so it's more for, play and pleasure. Never thought I would ever finish this, never even thought it was even possible until I really thought about it. Just came to mind, I want a home office. Somewhere where I can do YouTube videos. Should be able to frame it in a day. Not in a day. I should be able to frame this in a couple hours. Really, you got to frame this wall, that little wing wall, and then this wall. That's basically going to stay concrete. I'm going to put brick on there, brick veneer tile, like I did in my my bar, and like I did in my game room. Same thing. That whole wall gets it. When we talk about this wall, it gets a lot more difficult for the fact that my utilities are here. I'm kind of kicking myself in the rear that I had that done that way. I had complete control from when I built my house. I was the general contractor, and I should have had that put that way, and then this could be usable space. But at the time, I never thought I would ever use this space. So I'm like, you know what? Just put it there where it's convenient and all that, and now it's right in the way of everything. Not a big deal. So what I'm going to do here is I'm basically going to build a wing wall here, 8 inches out. We'll come across, and then we'll catch this wall that goes right here. I'll put a hidden door in here, so I can get to all this stuff right here. It'll be about 24 inches tall. That wall's coming in about right here. So everything this way will be utility room. I'll have a little area for my wine here, and then storage. I do have a lot of crawl space that way. Now the reason why I did a 2x6 wall is for the fact it's noise. That's all it is, noise. I want to try to muff the noise from the utility room. Got a furnace in there. I've got my switch from all my internet connections in there, and it's pretty loud. So the one thing I didn't cover on the video is the framing of the roof. I had to drop down, obviously. I had a half-vac vent to return the supply lines. So I took the roof down to that level, as narrow as I could possibly get. My roof ended up being about 7'9", which isn't bad in the basement. I mean, I've seen basement roofs as low as 6'5". But 7'9" to me feels low, because most of the house has 9+ ceilings, including the basement. But there's certain parts of the basement that don't have that, so it's not a big deal. It's higher than my bathroom, which is good, and that's mainly because I hugged the supply lines. The framing's done, as you saw in the video. It's pretty straightforward, nothing crazy. The electrical's pretty simple. I already got it down here, and I've got room in it. Didn't really plan on it, but I definitely got room. I've got 3 circuits left. My dad always told me not to overfill it, always have a circuit left, or 2 circuits left, he always said. I basically only have 2 plugs in this area because I know I'm going to be running electrical to the desk Each of those receptacles actually has another gang is what they call it, and that's for the internet, the Ethernet. I'm going to run Ethernet cables to both sides of these boxes. That way I can directly tie Ethernet into the computer that we're going to put in here. It'll be lightning quick. I'm on fiber out here, so even quicker. I do have a light switch. As soon as you open the door, I'll probably make this a smart room, so I'll put what they call Pico remotes in the switch box, and then I'll run the dimmer in a different location closer to the transformer for the LED strip lights. So I'm going to knock out the insulation portion real quick. Should be fairly quick. I got 32 foot long rolls of R13 from Menards. Got a nice rebate too, so it's a win-win. Now, I'm not putting insulation in for the heat cooling factor. It's all for noise. So I'm putting R13 in all the walls to cut down on echoing, and then I'm putting R13 twice, so an R26 in the floor and the ceiling combined. I'll put R13 in the joist area, and then I'll crisscross the R13. You know, insulation's fairly cheap. It was a lot cheaper a few years back, but it's fairly cheap, and you can never go back and put it in. So it's like I always err on the side of installing it. What do I have in this home office so far? Framing, $150. I had 3 hours. Electrical, 30, but I had the wire, so we'll say 70. It only took me an hour to do the electrical. Insulation, $140. It took me about an hour to do the insulation. All in, $365 up to this point. I'm ready for finishes, and the first thing up is the shiplap ceiling. Looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. You like this video? Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.